What's going on, family? This is yours truly back here with School of the Spirit, and there's something that I've heard many people across the Bible belts, North Carolina, South Carolina, Texas, Alabama, Mississippi, all those places. Something that people talk about sometimes but not really understood, and this is this thing called spirit spouses, all right? Because many people, they've heard about it. Most people famously know them as incubus, succubus, right? But not many people really understand what goes on. Now, you guys know on TikTok, I've been going on a series of trends talking about things that happen in the night, right? We talked about sleep paralysis. We talked about spirits who move in the night. And now I'm in a different group, all right, for those of you who are prayer warriors and intercessors. And this is called spirit spouses. This is a very, very real thing that people deal with, all right? Now, naturally speaking, all right, there are many things that happen in the night, all right, because the night is the start of the day. When you read the book of Genesis and the creation, and the Bible says, and God finished his work, and the start of that day was first night and then day. So you must understand that night comes before day, all right? And then we know that there's something called rulers of darkness. There are spirits who only rule, who manifest, who do their work in the night. There are principalities, we have powers, and rulers of darkness, spiritual wickedness in high places. But just like rulers of darkness, there are demons who only come out during the night, right? Right, just like there's an old song I heard long ago, the freaks come out at night, right? Well, the demons, they come out at night as well. And one of the demons that come out at night and usually haunt people in their dreams is what we call spirit spouses. Some people famously know them as incubus and succubus. What these spirits do is that they will molest people in their sleep. So this is where you now have people referring to the phenomena as a wet dream. They'll go to sleep and they'll say, I had sex with this person, that person, not knowing in the realm of the spirit, they're not sleeping with that person. What they're really sleeping with is a spirit who is taking form of that person that you desire of, all right? Now, you may say, oh, what's the problem with that? The thing of it is this, that when you have sex in your sleep, what's really happening is that spirit is instilling lust inside of you. So this is why for most people who have suffered this before, you'll find they have a great lust problem, always fornicating, always in adultery, sexual morality, all kind of things. And then for most times they would say, well, I wasn't like this before, but then I started having these dreams and stuff like that. But this usually starts to manifest when young people in their teenage years, or people who watch out of porn, right? Or for whatever reason, right? Or then people who also at the same time follow very lustful pages, whether it's on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever the case may be. These things attract these spirits to you, all right? And then they will come, they will sleep with you. But then what's more interesting is that people who usually suffer from these cases, you will find out that they're very hard for them to have relationships because they're always driven towards masturbation and fornication and cheating, right? Stuff like that. But then there are cases where you'll see people, if they try to get married, something always happens. Or if they try to start a relationship, something always happens. All right. I had a recent case of a young lady from Africa. She was talking about how she had a boyfriend. They just got engaged, and the husband was just coming the fiance was coming to see her, to take her to her parents' house. And while she was sleeping, the spirit husband told her, I'm your only husband. You will have no other husband. But she didn't pay it no attention. Long story short, they got into a car accident, and somehow a tree impaled the fiance. He died there on the spot. But she said this is not the first time this has happened in her life. She said this has happened almost 3 times in her life, where someone's planning to marry her. The day of going to see the family, preparing for the wedding, something bad happens that they die. And most people say that she's a witch, she's an evil person, she's cursed. Not that she is cursed, but there's a spirit spouse that's making sure that she does not get married. Remember, we did the TikTok about Nephilim, remember? They still have personalities, they still have traits, they still have various things that, that they are involved with, right? And just like a husband is very jealous over his wife, these spirits are jealous over those people who they have sexual relationships and dreams with, all right? And they make sure that nothing ever comes in their way. Even if it means you dying, they will do it just to make sure you don't have children, you don't get married. So this is why usually people, especially women who have sex and dreams, they have high infertility, all right? Usually have bad relationships and all these things that go on. But I think that this is a very deep topic, and we're going to have a part 2 about this, all right? Yeah, let's do that.